Hello everyone. In this video I'm going to show you how you can use Google's incredible tool called NotebookLM. What NotebookLM is, it gives you the ability to create essentially your own chatbot, your own AI-powered research partner. You can see what Google calls it, based on specific sources that you give it. So if you've used ChatGPT or Gemini or Microsoft's Copilot, you know that if you ask it a question or you ask it to do something, it's going to go out to the entire internet and pull from anything and everything out there. What NotebookLM enables you to do is simply focus on just the websites or the documents or the resources that you tell it to look at. So let me show you how you can do that. First of all, go to notebooklm.google. That's going to take you to a page that looks like this. And then we're going to click on Try NotebookLM. And that's going to take you to a page that looks like this. It's going to show you any notebooks that you've already created. And what you'll want to do to create a new one is go up here to Create New. So as I mentioned, you're going to get a page that looks like this. So create audio and video overviews from the resources that you want. So let's say you have a PDF, a document, or a group of documents. You could upload just those files, and it's going to be your AI tool, your chatbot based on just those documents. Or you could give it a website or a YouTube video, and you could have it summarize or work off of just those websites or just those videos. If you've got files in your drive or you just want to copy text, you could do that as well. Let me give you an example of what I'm going to do. I'm going to upload a file. I'm going to take this document right here. It's an old document, something that I used to use when I was teaching 4th and 5th grade. It's a note-taking strategy in social studies. It's essentially kind of like storyboarding, like people do in the movies. You take an entire story and you break it down into scenes. What this PDF, it's very simple. It basically just describes what the process is, how you could use it, and why you should use it, and how you could implement it in your class. It's got a few pictures of what I used to create. But you can see it's not a long document right here. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to upload that file. So here's the file right here. I'm going to go ahead and upload that file right over here. If you had 2 or 3 or multiple documents, you could upload multiple documents by just clicking Add Source here. So now you can see right here, it's my untitled notebook. I'm going to go ahead and call this Sample Flowcharts for this example. It even gives it a nice new icon there. So now I've got right in the center panel, it has taken this document. And now I have my own personal chatbot based on that. So let's say I want to ask it a question like, how can I focus on the vocabulary, vocabulary words, oh my gosh, vocabulary words I want my students to learn. I'm going to ask it a question. It's going to go into this document right here, and it's going to give me some answers. So you can see it's doing all this. To focus on specific vocabulary words, you should underline the key terms whenever they appear in the summary of sentences. And if you do it in a specific color. Now, that's what it's telling me based on this document right here. And what I can tell you is that this is exactly what it says. That it's got underlined words in color. So basically it has pulled from that, from this document here, and it's highlighted what I've got there. So this is the center panel, which is great. You can basically ask questions, ask it to do stuff based on this. But what I want to focus on is this right-hand panel, the studio, all of the things that it can do. And I'm going to come over here to a notebook that I've already created based on the same. This is kind of like the baking show where I mix it all up, and then I take the something already out of the oven. You've got a flow chart, so it's the same source that I put up there, but now look at all you can do. I could create, by this button here, an audio overview, basically a podcast, where I have a guy and a girl talking back and forth about the information in this one source. Highly engaging. I'll play a clip for you in just a second. You can make a video overview where it basically will do a short overview, almost like a screencast where it slides that they're voicing over. You can do a mind map, flashcards, quiz, infographic. You can create a slide deck based on that. So let me show you, for example, when I asked it before to create an infographic, look what it created based on that simple document. I gave it this, very dry, it created that. Phase 1, teacher preparation, basically how you do it, and then the classroom implementation. This is beautiful, based on the dry document that I gave it. I could create a quiz, I could create a slide deck, a brief, but I want to give you an idea of this podcast feature, which is phenomenal. Listen to how this sounds, and you'll have to forgive me. There might be a slight echo based on the sound coming out with the microphone. So forgive the echo, but you'll get an idea of what this sounds like.
Okay, so note-taking. I mean, everyone does it, but doesn't it sometimes feel like we're just kind of going through the motions?
Yeah, I can definitely relate to that.
So today, let's do a deep dive into a method that honestly might change your whole approach, especially for like social studies kind of stuff.
Okay, sounds interesting.
We're looking at an educational guide here by Brett Coley,
Okay.
all about flowchart note-taking. Have you heard of this?
Yeah, actually I have. It's a really cool approach.
Yeah.
And especially relevant, I think, for our listeners.
Okay.
Because it's all about taking like complex information stories,
Yeah.
timelines, historical events,
Yeah.
and making it way easier to understand and remember.
Now again, my apologies if there was an echo there, but how engaging is that? So imagine if you're a teacher and you're using something like this, you could take information and you could summarize it using just this one button right here. You could make quizzes, you could make slide decks, you could make an infographic. So this is an example of when I uploaded a document. Let me show you another example. In this example, I gave it a website. I created a notebook on the science of reading. I took this website right here. I copied the URL, the website address, and this is the source that I gave it. So it's now got a chat bot in the middle that I could ask it questions based on that website, but I could also create a podcast, a video overview, a quiz, flashcards, infographic. Check out the infographic that it created based on that website. It's beautiful. It just makes all of what potentially could be very dry information into a beautiful infographic right there. You can do a podcast here. You could do, again, check this out. I highly encourage it. I'm using educational examples. If you are a teacher, someone in education, this could be a great tool for you. But honestly, if you're not in education, hopefully you can see how this could apply to pretty much any industry. The difference between this and just regular ChatGPT or Gemini or Copilot, you are giving it the sources. You are telling it where you want it to look, what you want to pull from, rather than going out to the entire internet. So once again, hopefully this is helpful, and have fun creating notebooks in NotebookLM.